Hello everyone, and happy December, and welcome to John Drinks, the channel in which I, John, under normal circumstances have a drink, but because it's December and because Christmas is approaching and because these are weird times at the best of times, I thought that I would use some of my video time to look at some gift options. Some of the things that are out there that might be stocking fillers or that you might get for people that you're not really into, say, whiskies or gins, or other options are available yourself, and you want to get something that's a little bit quirky and a little bit different, but is it any good, or are they never going to speak to you again? Or maybe if you have someone at the office that you really hate, that you're doing a Secret Santa for, and you don't want them to speak to you next year, and you want to know what's going to do that most effectively. Because I think some of the products that I'm going to be covering over some of these videos might tick that box. And today could well be one of them. This is Laphroaig Marmalade. This is real life. This is happening, guys. You have no idea some of the shit I've got coming. This is probably one of the more boring things that I have seen out there in the gift market. I got this from a tourist shite shop in Edinburgh. They're all over the place, despite the fact that there aren't many tourists at the minute for obvious reasons. Though not to say they're absent completely. Oh, no, no. I was charged £5 for this jar. Now, looking at it straight away, I can tell that this is not going to be good marmalade. Just looking at it, it looks like just horror. It looks terrible. It looks just really anemic and rubbish. And there's like a sort of a film at the top. No. I've not even opened it yet, and already I can kind of tell just by looking at it. I'm like, I'll be surprised if this is even respectable. So maybe I'm in for a surprise, I don't know, but I suspect that this is designed for one thing only. It's designed to make you part with your money as quickly as humanly possible. That's all this is designed to do. I'll go through the ingredients in a second, but basically it's marmalade that they've tipped a very tiny amount of Laphroaig into. Would you be better off doing this yourself? Probably, but you'd probably also have a lot of marmalade on your hands, so this is made with Laphroaig Select, the shittest of the Laphroaig range. It's the Laphroaig where everyone's like, don't fucking buy that, it's terrible. Just buy the fucking 10-year-old. Like a lot of no age statements, it was designed to try and take pressure off of the age statements because they're running out of the stuff. And if anything, it's put more pressure on it because people have been like, that shit, buy more of the 10-year-old. For God's sake, buy it now. So it's done the opposite thing that it was supposed to. I've heard no good things about Laphroaig Select. I've not even tried it. That's how many bad things I've heard about Laphroaig Select. I probably should at some point, but you can't get miniatures of Laphroaig Select, so I don't want to buy the Laphroaig Select. I'm trying to see if mentioning Laphroaig Select 10 or 12 times in a video helps the algorithm tell you that this is about Laphroaig Select. Anyway, so there's a lot of writing on this, and to pad this video out and get a bit more of that sweet, sweet watch time, and also just avoid having to put this in my mouth, I'm going to read all of it. So, you know, if you need to get back home for your childminder or something, then maybe put this in your watch later playlist, because this might take a minute. Oh, that's small. It's also squished together. So it's gone like tall and thin. Oh, okay. On the far edge of the Scotch whisky map, which I think is the thing you can buy from Waverley Mall, it's supposed... Have they done that wrong? No, that's fine. It's supposed that the art of distillation was first brought to Islay by Irish monks. Being remote, it's an art that flourished in the hands of the islanders. This is really hard to read, that's why I'm struggling. Whose illegal operations tested the resolve and means of the taxman. The taxman's a cunt, so who cares? Eventually, the law relaxed. Various whiskey makers set up legitimate distilleries, among them a pair of farmers, Donald and Alexander Johnson, who in 1815 founded their distillery on the island's south coast. Laphroaig, so called after its location, Broad Hollow by the bay, it would remain in family hands for the next 139 years, and then get bought out by a massive evil multinational. But hey ho, 139 years, not bad. Ingredients: sugar, Oranges, Laphroaig Islay Single Malt Scotch Whisky, 3%. I know, right? Orange juice from concentrate, lemon juice, also from concentrate, gelling agent, fruit pectin, acidity regulator, citric acid, prepared with 35 grams of fruit per 100 total sugar content. Oh no, sorry, 35 grams of fruit per 100 grams, total sugar content 65 grams, because that's how maths works. So, a lot of sugar, but it's a preserve, you know, so I'm not necessarily angry at that. I mean, I've never made my own jam or marmalade, so I'm not quite sure what a good ratio would be. Maybe it's in the ballpark. I don't know. Any nonners can tell me downstairs. Does that sound about right? Is that... hospital. And I don't mean it smells like iodine or TCP. I mean it smells like hospital. Like I'm envisioning like beige plastic and nothing else. Oh God. All right, smoke me a kipper. Oh, the consistency's wrong. The consistency is like jelly cubes. You know, like the stuff that you dissolve into water and make jelly. Right, that, I'm going to stick that in my mouth now. Ugh. Okay, I mean, it's bitter, which is expected from marmalade, but before you get to that, it's like you licked a crematorium floor. And like something... Oh God. Yeah, it's like I've been eating hearing aids or something. There's just something really clinical and desperately unpleasant about it. Oh yeah, this is definitely something you give to an enemy. But you wouldn't normally just shove a massive amount of marmalade in your mouth. So I've got some sourdough here, because lockdown. I didn't make this, because fuck that. I'm going to spread it on this and see if, in its intended vehicle, it's better. Oh, it looks like earwax, man. It's not good. I'm basically just trying to like take some views off of Sorted Food. You know, they do their like pretentious ingredients segment. It's never going to fucking happen. I mean, for one thing, like, you long since stopped watching for the food. We all just watch for James now, don't we? Or is that just me? I've only done half the bread. I thought I might quite like this, because in theory it's two things that I quite like. Marmalade and Laphroaig. So here is my Paddington Bear has turned 18 special. Let's see what it's like on a bit of sourdough. Stop the teacups, mother, I wish to get off. Sourdough helps, only because it adds a new texture and flavour to help distract you from the marmalade. It's not good. But you know what, if you had that on toast first thing in the morning, you hadn't quite woken up yet, you hadn't had your first coffee or your tea or whatever, and you weren't quite with it yet, do you know what, they'd probably get away with that, and you'd be like, yeah, it's marmalade. Also, I don't know where the fucking Laphroaig went. There's no hint of, to be fair, there's only 3% in this entire jar, and then you're adding sugar and bitter oranges on top of that, so yeah, it's technically in there, but in the same way that pumpkin is technically in a pumpkin spice latte, it's in there to say it's in there and for no other reason. Yeah, I'd be angry if I got this, but then again, at the same time, you're not getting this for yourself, you're getting this as a gift, so no one's ever going to complain about it. Oh, this is a vicious circle. Would not recommend. There'll be no tasting notes down below for this, because, I mean, obviously, it's bitter and medicinal in a bad way. Like, I don't know, you decided to start eating the furniture in a morgue or something. There's just something like plasticky and not good, just not good. I don't know how else to describe it other than just not good. It tastes like you're trying to eat an artificial limb. The oranges don't go anywhere. There's this weird acrid sweetness. The Laphroaig is absent, presumed missing. texture's weird, the consistency's off, yeah. I mean, I knew what I was getting in for, but I didn't think it would be quite this bad. Let me know down below, have you tried any products cut with Laphroaig or other whiskey products? There's things like whiskey fudges and shortbreads and all sorts out there. Let me know down below. Thumb this video if you enjoyed seeing me pull some, what I would assume are hilarious faces. And if you feel like helping me recoup the cost of this, there'll be links down to my Patreon down below. For only £5 a month, I can get my fiver back from this horror. Oh wait, I bought more from this range. But you'll have to subscribe to the channel and stick around to see that. Next.